Today's episode is focused on one of our most favorite topics, real estate, but more specifically, real estate sales. Recent report claimed that on average, more than one project is launched daily in 2024 with a rate of a new project over every 18 hours. That is a crazy report statistic. Is it true?
240,000 units that are under construction. This year, 30% of the projects to be completed by 2026 are offering post-handover payment.
Nathan, does that report shock you or you saw that coming?
We've seen this coming over the last few years. I mean, off-plan's always been a very strong segment of real estate in terms of, we as Range have been primarily focusing on off-plan. And only last year, we actually started a separate division of secondary market. But then again, with the way the developments are coming in, I think off-plan is extremely strong for the coming years.
We saw that last year in Q1 and Q2, which was followed by British, of course, Indian investors and Chinese as well. So the sales, if you look at overall, for all the developers, it went as an average of 10%, whereas the DAMAC we enjoyed because it's a well-known established brand. We saw our numbers growing up by 20%. And we see this trend to continue because people are looking to Dubai as not their second home anymore. They are terming it as first home.
True.
And I think if you single out one factor, like what has changed in Dubai in the last 2 years, me being an expatriate, there was always an uncertainty looming around of my resident status in Dubai. So yes, we enjoy the lifestyle in Dubai. We love the security in Dubai. But one factor which has really made a big impact is the visas being issued by Dubai government. So there is a retirement visa, there is golden visa, which has given a huge sense of security to the people that you feel a sense of belongingness to the land. And you're confident. So that one factor has really been a game changer, I would say.
What we've seen is more families, more kids being raised here in Dubai, people actually wanting to settle and grow with the country. In that being said, has that been reflective of the types of sales that you've been making from a shift from apartments to more townhouse and villas?
A strong shift towards community living. So there has been a huge demand in the segment of townhouses and villas. People need their private space. So the villas and townhouses give you that independence from not being confined. And we look this trend to continue in the future as well.
Lynette, back to you. What would you say is the current USP for UAE's real estate sector at the moment?
Oh, there's many. Obviously, we are the safest city in the world and we're the happiest city in the world. I mean, these are from polls, right? It is a great place to raise a family. 90% plus of the population are expats, so it's multicultural, multinational. Both my daughters were born and raised here. And it's a metropolitan, cosmopolitan city where you have all your amenities, everything at your fingertips.
I think everybody is looking at safety. That's most important for families, for people to come in. I think safety has been a very big aspect for people coming into Dubai. That's something that, for us in sales, that's something that we realize from the clients also, that they want their families to be safe. Even if their businesses are back home, let's say India, Russia, wherever they are, but they want to keep their family here, they want to raise their kids here. So that's something that helps.
Focus on fitness, wellness, sustainability, luxury. Faiz, what have you been seeing at the moment that the people are really looking to?
I think out of all of them that you mentioned, they want all of it today. It's a very competitive market. Sustainability has been an important issue for us. And we have the key factors of ESG driving this. So it's the environment, we name it as an environment, social and governance. We understand the importance of these issues and what impact it has on the environment and the communities that we are creating. It's very easy to do it in big communities like we have in DAMAC Hills. So we have a lot of sporting activities, huge array of sporting activities. There are tennis courts, basketball, volleyball, cricket grounds, football grounds, skate parks. even have a stud farm, so you can actually learn horse riding. I mean, all these activities are directly linked to fitness. But when it comes to tower, it's very challenging. So how do we get the space, the limited space that we have to utilize and be more innovative? Thankfully, we have got a very good project development team, and we recently launched a project on Sheikh Zayed Road, what was completely devoted to fitness. Now, what is luxury? Luxury used to be having a simple gym and a swimming pool. That's over. What do consumers want? They want a fancy restaurant. They want a cigar lounge. They want an opera house. So it's very difficult. You can't have everything in one project. But yes, here in DAMAC, we strive to make it possible.
For DAMAC phase, I mean, it was an incredible year, 2023. What do you think the lessons DAMAC has specifically learned from last year?
I would say that we used to have launches, like one launch in 2 years. And now we are having two launches in 1 month.
What does the future look like? What does the next couple of years look like, Lynette, for the industry? Which direction is it going in? The USP, we discussed already. People are thriving. People are really seeking it. From your expertise and from your experience, what would you like to share?
So I don't have a crystal ball, which is what I always say. However, when we look at the data, and this is where we do the predictive analysis and we look at the trends over the last 6 months, they've been very indicative of a few different things. Number one, there's a lot of supply coming into the market to try to satisfy the demand, because obviously there's very high demand. Today, we have 3.68 million people residing in Dubai as residents. In Q1, it was 25,000 new residents. So the population is still continuing to grow, and I believe it will still continue to grow just due to all of the factors of living in Dubai, whether it's you're starting a business, talent is being attracted here for jobs, as well as a proactive government amenities like the golden visas and investor visas and things like that. So population, I believe, will continue to grow. A lot of supplies coming into the market. So we've had record-breaking price maturity or price increase year on year. I believe that's going to slow down a little bit because the demand, even though the demand is still high, supply is going to kind of now come on par with demand. I believe that off-plan will continue to do well. So Q1, 61% of the sales was off-plan. I believe we're going to continue to see that trend going into next year.
Phase for you, for DAMAC, how are they looking? What are we talking about in the meeting rooms to discuss the next couple of years for DAMAC?
See, it's been very good for the last couple of years, and we see this trend continuing because we are having a surge of investors of different nationalities coming. What Lynette said is basically very important, that she's talking about the current data. The last 3 months, from January to March, we have 25,000 new resident visas being issued. So if you look at for the next quarter, if it happens the same, you're talking about 100,000 new residence visas being issued. So the current delivery which is planned of 33,000 homes, is that enough to cater? I don't think so. Because these are getting ready, completed over a stage, not immediately. And being completed and being handed over, also there is a good 2 to 3 months time from it. So this will definitely push a lot of demand for sales, and we have to be ready in launching more products. So we have a good land bank and we have a very good team. So the future looks very promising, and as she very honestly said, she can look at 1 year or 2 years maximum. Beyond that, the person who sees it is a man who saw tomorrow.
I believe 2022 and 2023 was TripAdvisor's #1 destination in the world was Dubai.
It's amazing signs. People talk a lot about the Dubai real estate bubble. I want to ask you all as we end this episode, what are your thoughts? Is it a myth? Can the bubble be popped, Nitin?
I don't see any bubble whatsoever. The way the growth pattern and the way the pricing is going and the demand, there is absolutely no reason for us to think that there is a bubble anytime in the next 1.5, 2 years or anything like that.
Lynette?
No, I don't believe so as well. Just as where the data and the numbers and the figures, how the market is trending and growing, all the government initiatives, the new developments, the residents coming in. It's just all the data and the details point to the market to continue to grow. We might see a little bit of a price adjustment to level things out. I do believe as more supply comes into the market, but as a bubble, no.
Guys.
I think you know why bubble is created. Bubble is created because of speculation. Have we seen that in the last 2 years?
Not at all.
We haven't seen speculative investors coming to Dubai. So when you have these end users or even investors buying, earlier people used to have only 20% of the money to invest and to flip it. Today, the kind of investors that we are seeing have that 100% of the amount to pay, which
this
is very strong for the economy.
The last recession of, let's say, 2008-9 also, there were people who were coming in with 10%. The bank was giving them 90%. So all of that, popped the bubble basically. But now you see there is less of mortgage and there's more of cash buying. So there's a big shift.
So that definitely answers our question then. No bubble. No bubble.
Now you can invest right now.
Yeah, I will be doing that. I'll make some calls after this. I want to thank you all so much for your time here in the net phase. Thank you so much. And there you go, the Debate Podcast. Thank you.